Hello, welcome to our video. Today we're reading about Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, there was a little girl called Little Red Riding Hood who lived at the edge of the big dark forest. Little Red Riding Hood had a grandmother who lived on her own in a cottage on the other side of the forest. One morning, Little Red Riding Hood set off to visit her grandmother for lunch, as she did every week. Little Red Riding Hood skipped along the path through the forest, but soon she became tired and stopped to rest under the tree. As she closed her eyes, Little Red Riding Hood heard a voice behind her. Hello, little girl. Are you lost? I'm not lost. I'm going to visit my grandmother, who lives in a cottage on the other side of the forest. Little Red Riding Hood replied. What Little Red Riding Hood didn't know that she was talking to the big bad wolf. The big bad wolf wanted to gobble up Little Red Riding Hood right then and there, but he decided he wouldn't race ahead to her grandmother's cottage so he could gobble them both up for lunch. The wolf ran ahead until he reached Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother's cottage. He knocked on the door and listened. Who's there? Called the voice from inside. It's me, Little Red Riding Hood, replied the wolf. The wolf opened the door, and before Little Red Riding Hood grandmother could even scream, he gobbled her right up. Quickly, the wolf put on her nightcap and glasses and took it himself up and bed. Little Red Riding Hood kept little closer. Grandmother, what big ears you have there, gasped Little Red Riding Hood. All better to hear you with, my dear, replied the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood kept right up to the bed. Grandmother, what big teeth you got there, cried Little Red Riding Hood. As the light glimmered off the wolf's teeth, all better to eat you with, my dear, shouted the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood screamed and swung her basket as hard as she could swung at the big bad wolf. The basket was very heavy and knocked the big bad wolf right over. Just then, the door to the cottage swung open and Little Red Riding Hood's father arrived. On his way from the wood chopping, Little Red Riding Hood told her father all about the big bad wolf and how he had eaten her grandmother and tried to eat her too. Little Red Riding Hood's father grabbed the wolf, squeezed his tummy, and popped Little Red Riding Hood's grandma. Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother was very happy to be back, and she agreed to come for a dinner at Little Red Riding Hood's house. Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother and her father walked out of the cottage and pulled the door closed behind them. Wait. Before you leave, don't forget to like and subscribe and make sure to hit that bell button so it's a notification every time we make a new video. Bye-bye.